Akin ako? Sige po. Welcome po everyone to Padulian Farm Stay. Can everyone hear me? Yes. So I hope that you're excited for our day today. We're going to be doing a lot of eating cacao. Pero papagulin din po namin kayo kasi marami po tayong activities. So be prepared na lang po na medyo maglalakad-lakad po tayo. Okay? Sabi ko sa akin ng DOT, rain or shine down din tayo. So I hope may mga kain tayo and please po umulan. Before we begin, I will just go through some of our house rules. Ayan. So ito po ang aming pang pavilion. If you can look at the screens at the side. So una-una po, wala mong plastikan. Ayan. So, whatever plastic waste you bring in, we just ask that you take home. So that includes candy wrappers, diapers, napkins, or any plastic of that sort. There is no garbage collection here in the mountain. So please help us keep our mountain plastic free. Plastic na tao, pwede po. Plastic waste lang po ang hindi. So don't worry. Pangalawa, pahinga muna po tayo sa alak, paninigarilyo at vaping. So instead, please breathe in the fresh mountain air and drink our very special cacao mango iced tea today. Yan. Next po, ingat po tayo sa paglalakad. Like I said, nasa bundok po tayo. So expect nyo na po, may mga steps at may mga incline at baka may mga runaway na mga bato. So ingat na lang po tayo for everyone's safety. Huwag po tayong tatakbo-takbo. Feeling ko naman, hindi na rin natin kaya tumakbo-takbo sa bundok ngayon. Next, no drone photo and photography. So this is our usual patakaran. But for today, kung meron pong kailangan, gusto po magpalipad ng drone, pwede naman po. Ang hinihiling na lang po natin, medyo mababa lang po yung palipad, tapos panuluyan po lang po yung masasakop. Hindi na po masasakop yung mga aming kapitbahay kasi private properties na po yun. Next, picturean lang po yung pitasan. So marami po tayong mga magagandang halaman, mga puno, mga fruiting trees. Take as many pictures as you want, but please, wala po tayong take home. Okay? May iba po tayong souvenirs na ibibigay sa inyo, hindi po halal. And finally, kung may mga papasok po sa ating mga kubo, shoes of lambot to maintain the cleanliness. And of course, it's very much Filipino of us na kailangan po magtanggal ng sapatos bago po pumasok. So yan lang po ang aming mga patakaran pang pamilya. Very, very simple lang po, and I'm sure everyone will be following this since kayo na po ay mga ka-familia na po namin kayong lahat. And now, may mga natanong po si Sir kanina sa akin, paano po kami nagsimula at ba't kakao daw po yung pinili namin? So before we have lunch, while they're preparing your lunch, I'm gonna tell you a little bit about our story. Why did you have to go 16 kilometers up the mountain just to reach us? And why did we choose cacao? So there. So today, you are going to be experiencing our Seed to Sip Discover Cacao experience. I will start with a video.
The hot chocolate for us is the end of the spectrum. The other end being the planting of the cacao tree, where we started from the seed itself and nurtured that into a planting material and planted that as a tree and harvested it, processed it, and ultimately created a drink out of it. It's the seed to sip story that we have been creating, a narrative of elevating the community by enriching every farmer family, not just through planting, but also through processing the produce into a product. Back in 2010, I was in Ivory Coast, which is the world's top producer of cacao in the world. And at that time, it just so happened that CNN had a special feature on the cacao farmers of Ivory Coast. And it shocked me to find out that these farmers who were already in their 50s and 60s had never tasted a chocolate bar in their entire lives. So I wanted to change that narrative and make sure that our farmers themselves would enjoy the products that they created. Hence, helping our farmers by taking them out of the farm gate and making them our consumer first and at the same time, the entrepreneur. That's a very rich story that is found in every rich and thick, creamy cup of our hot chocolate. I hope you enjoy it.
Okay, so in that video is my... Ayan, parang nagtago na po yung star ng video eh. So in that video is my beautiful mother, Donna Lecaros. Island Harvest. Island Harvest was started by my mom, my stepdad, Donna and Lenny Lecaros back in 2016. So both of them met in 2013. Both already had grown-up children by that point. They were in their late 40s, early 50s. And during their first date, fact check mo ako mamaya, mali-mali sinasabi ko. No, you were still late 40s. Ikaw naman. Okay. O saktong 50. O yun, 50s pala. Okay, sina-fact check agad ako. So they met in their 50s, and on their first date, instead of the typical questions, what's your favorite color? What's your favorite movie? Yung mga questions na are you on any maintenance medication? Ganon. What's your medical history? Mga ganon ba? I think the reason was that because they were looking for a life partner to grow old with. Diba? And buti na lang, pareho sila ng dream. They both wanted to get into farming. Pero not to get into farming para maging hasyendero o hasyendera. They wanted to get into farming because they saw farming as a way of helping a community in need. Diba? And I just wanted to show this. So, Marinduque is, one of the main crops of Marinduque is copra or coconut. So if you look at the screen, it says here that in the world, Philippines is the #2 producer of coconuts in the entire world. Second only to Indonesia. And last year, the PCA had a plan to ramp up nationwide push to plant 100 million coconut trees by 2028. Isn't that amazing? Finally, second tayo in something good. But then again, at the other end of that is this. Coconut farmers are the poorest agri-people. So paano nangyari yun? We are second in the world in production, and yet the farmers themselves are considered the poorest in the nation. So let's go back to the video earlier. If you didn't catch that, my mom was talking about the farmers in West Africa. The Ivory Coast is the #1 producer of cacao in the entire world, and yet the farmers themselves, who have been farming cacao for generations, have never tried chocolate. Show of hands, who here likes chocolate? Yeah. So we all know how amazing chocolate is, but the hands themselves that grow the trees have never even tried it. And that is because our farmers, most farmers are stuck in the early stages of the value chain. So production, harvesting, hanggang dyan lang po sila. So our goal is to bring them further down. So really our mission is to elevate the community by empowering farmer families. So if you notice, farmer families po, pamilya po talaga yung goal namin. And we're planning to do this through our Panalo sa Tatlo business model of agriculture, technology, and community tourism. So we chose agriculture. We chose cacao as our main crop. Cacao is considered a high-value crop. And it's perfect to intercrop with coconut. So, kasi it likes the shade that the coconut trees provide. So the farmers here don't have to cut down their coconut trees. They can just plant cacao under that. But we can't just stop with agriculture. Kasi if we stop with agriculture, paano rin tayo yung farmers sa West Africa? Na hanggang production lang. So we have to bring in technology. So technology. So technology is what we use to create products out of this raw material. And I'm so happy that whatever chocolate you'll see, whatever cacao products you'll see in our pamilihan, they're all made here in our barangay. Di na naman kailangan ipadala kung saan-saan. Ginagawa na po dito into chocolates. And we're so the facility that we're using was actually provided by the DTI. Ayan. PT. Hi, PT. Yes. So not only are farmers are producers, but they're now processors, they're now marketers, they now sell as well. And the final leg is community tourism. So rural tourism is said to be one of the best ways to boost the social and economic standing of a rural barangay. You're providing jobs, you're providing opportunity, and you're providing pride to the place. Because just think about it. We are 16 kilometers from the town, and yet all of you came from all over the Philippines and you're here in Ardenal Mountain. This barangay is a dead end. Wala na po dyan. And yet you guys came here. That's because of rural tourism. So that means multiple income streams. They're earning through their cacao, they're earning through the products being made from their cacao, and they're also earning through hosting. So this is multiple income stream, multiple income earners, because usually what happens is the fathers are working the land, the mothers are making the products, and the youth, the kids, also get to work here part-time when they're not in school. For example, sa ating mga youth, ayan, Marian, Angelica, they both started out working here when they were still, si Marian senior high pa lang, si Angelica first year college, and now they've graduated and are working here full-time na po. Because ultimately, our goal is to bring the farmers further down the value chain and making them not just producers, but also the ones who really make the, who are actually making the money out of what they make. That is our goal. And they are why we do what we do. We're here to provide opportunities to those who have potential. Because ultimately, all of us have potential. Some of us just have better opportunities given to us. Diba? So by giving them opportunities to fulfill this potential, we're helping not through charity, hindi po kami namimigay ng ayuda dito, but we're helping through dignity. By giving them the dignity of work, the dignity of putting in themselves in whatever they're doing and seeing themselves grow. So today, I hope by the end of today, you not only have a greater appreciation for cacao, but also a greater appreciation for the farmers who are working the land to grow that cacao. So thank you so much. That's my very quick introduction. Ayan. So what are we doing today? So after this, we're just gonna set up the lunch real quickly. We're gonna split. Ay, meron pa pala ako. Sorry. Nakalimutan ko. Meron pa pala akong second part. Ayan, nakalimutan ko. Ayan. History of cacao. Sino po dito ang alam kung saan po nanggaling ang cacao? Which country in the world? Oh, ayan, yes. Si Miss Clank alam, syempre. So, cacao comes from South America, Central America. So, in the ancient times, during the Mayans and Aztecs, cacao was considered the drink of the gods because only the king was allowed to drink it. Only the king, his family, his soldiers, kung mga commoners, yung cacao beans po, considered currency. So, pera po yun. So, it's said that the ancient Aztec king, King Montezuma, used to drink 50 cups of chocolate a day. Can you believe that? But it's not the sweet, creamy chocolate drink that you know. It was lukewarm, bitter, and spicy. For the sweet, hot, creamy drink that we know, we have the Spaniards to thank for that. Because we all know what happened in the 1500s in Mexico. Kasi nangyari din po dito sa atin. The Spanish came and colonized Mexico. And they wanted to drink that chocolate drink, but they added sugar and spices and warmed it up. So yun na po, that's the cacao drink that spread all over the world through the Manila Acapulco galleon trade, which means, of course, nagpadala din po ang mga praile dito sa Pilipinas. So here in the Philippines, all over the Philippines, you will find cacao. And that is because of the Manila Acapulco galleon trade. And of course, they also sent some to King Philip in Spain. So King Philip also, what ended up happening is he wanted to show off to his other European royalty, I guess. So nagpadala rin po siya sa England, sa France, all over Europe. And at that time, it was still a drink for the nobles and the royalty. But just like anything the rich and the powerful enjoy, eventually it will trickle down and the masses get to try it as well. This happened in the 1700s in England when these chocolate houses started sprouting up. Not just in England, but all over Europe. These chocolate houses became social and cultural hubs. This is where people would gather. Okay, people will gather, socialize while drinking cacao. So isipin niyo na po, this is like the modern day Starbucks. Yan, modern day Starbucks po yan. So if you notice, from the beginning of its history up until the 1700s, cacao was a drink. But today, if I say chocolate to you, ang una nyo siguro iisipin, bar, yung kinakain. And why is that? How did that happen? So we have coffee to thank for that. Kasi nung pumasok na po yung coffee, people stopped drinking chocolate. Naging kape na po yung pang araw-araw. Chocolate became like a special occasion drink instead. Right? Maybe you drink it sa Pasko, or pag nasa Mary Grace, ganon. With the titas, ganon. But this is a forgotten tradition we hope to bring back. Not just because it's very embedded in our culture as Filipinos, but also because of the health benefits that you get from cacao that you might not get from coffee. So this will be discussed later in one of your stops. Yeah. So I want to show a final video. This video is kind of it encapsulates what we're doing here. How we want farmers to not just be farmers, but consumers of their produce as well. This video is a video of Camillo. He's one of our first employees and one of the first farmers here who also joined us in planting cacao. This is a video of him tasting the fruit of his first harvest from the chocolate that was made by his daughter, Criselda, the sister of Ate Marilyn. Criselda, you will meet her later in one of the stations. So siya po ang gumawa ng chocolate na titikman po ni Camillo. Ayan.
Ilan pa doon?
Because that's what the Bible promises, that the Lord will prosper us in the land that He has given us. Island Harvest is a proof of concept. It's a model farm. We didn't want to just teach people. We didn't want to just give people help. We wanted to show them and do it ourselves so that there is a success story. So we needed to give them something to see so that they would believe and also do what needed to be done. So as a proof of concept, we've got 3 legs, so to speak. One is the farm, where we've chosen cacao and abaca as our primary crops because these are very good to intercrop with coconuts, which abound here in Marinduque. Secondly is the pagawaan, where we teach them how to now make products out of the produce so that they can value add and therefore also add to their income. And thirdly is the hosting, like I said, where they can now host people in their farms who might want to stay and earn also from that. So Camillo, siya ang ama ni Criselda, na siyang gumawa nitong mga tsokolate natin, kasama of course, si Marilyn.
Oh, masarap.
So ngayon Camillo, ngayon na nakita ninyo na mula sa cacao na inyong tinanim, pwede pa lang gumawa ng tsokolate at saka pwedeng gumawa ng inumin. Anong pakiramdam niyo ngayon?
Pero masaya po na nakikita ko na naghirapan ito ng pagtanim hanggang sa paggawa ninyo. Natikman ko na lahat ng nakakaw.
Once we've been able to do that, we also want to amplify the good that's being done in these communities by creating the proper platform for that. So Island Harvest to us is that platform.
And so what we want is that this be duplicated and copied in other communities here in our island. For that's when we will see the fruition of really what we stand for, which is seeing harvest all across the island of Marinduque.
Ayan. So that is our story in like 15 minutes. Ayan, hindi ko alam po pero may umiiyak dito sa likod ko. Hindi ko alam bakit. Okay, so what's happening today? So we have, after lunch, before lunch, we're gonna fix this up lang po. So after this, we're gonna give us 5 minutes just to fix everything up. Yung mga kailangan mag-CR, pwedeng mag-CR. Yung mga gusto mag-picture muna dyan sa labas, pwede pong mag-picture. And then we're gonna have some lunch. So for our menu today, everything will have cacao. I hope no one is allergic to cacao kasi lahat po ng menu may cacao. So we're gonna start you off with our ulang-ulang soup, which is like a Marinduque shrimp soup cooked in coconut water with cocoa butter. And that's the cacao element in cocoa butter. But the next is a pako salad, freshly picked po na pako salad with fresh mangoes. And also, the vinaigrette is made from cacao juice. And then we have a cacao sisig using Marinduque Black Pig. If you don't know, Marinduque has the best pork in the country. Ayan. And then we also have a wild-caught tuna steak with a cacao glaze. And finally, our drinks, mango cacao iced tea. And then finally, our dessert is a our take on a Marinduque street food called sinadudsud. And we serve it with a chocolate drizzle. So I hope you guys are excited to eat. So yan. The food was cooked by, wala siya dito. Ay, ba't na natago, Ate Tulet? Ayan. Ayan po, Ate Tulet. Mag-hi ka dito. Ayan. The food was cooked by Ate Tulet and her team. Ayan. Ayan. Sige, si Ate Tulet po talaga, matagal na po, since nagsimula po kami dito, she's been with us. Ayan, noong una po, grafter po siya, tapos naging cook po naging sa bahay po, poultry, tapos naging poultry girl po namin. And nakita namin na she likes to cook. So, nag-train po siya under yung brother ng mom ko na chef sa Manila. Hala, bawal umiyak! Ayan. And then, of course, now she leads a team. Parang mga 10 na ata na yung team niya. So, lahat po ng pagkain, sila po ang nagluluto. Ayan.
I have to thank, by the way, hello everyone. I must thank DOT, okay? Because the DOT chose Panuluyan to represent Mimaropa, di ba? In the UN Gastronomy Forum for Asia Pacific, correct? And nagulat kami because kami, yung pinadala namin was Tilet, right? And then it was a shock for the team because the top chefs of the country were there representing the other regions. And I know it was intimidating for her, but at the same time, I think it was a breakthrough also for her. So we want to thank DOT for just creating space in that way. Thank you.
Ayun po. Okay, so we'll go into your team leaders. Your team leaders today. So yung mga red na IDs po, the red IDs, you will go with my mom, Donna. She'll have a red flag, don't worry, mahahanap niyo po siya. Ayan. So siya po yung tour guide nyo today. And then for the blue ones, you're with me. My name is Lali. I forgot to introduce myself, I think. And for the green ones, you'll go with Marian. Yung mga walang ID, tanong nyo na lang po si DOT kung kayo sasama. Bahala na lang daw. Okay. And we're gonna do 4 activities. So we're gonna talk a little bit about cacao farming and taste fruit. If you haven't tried cacao fruit, this is the day. And then next we're gonna talk about you're gonna go to our fermentary and learn a little bit about fermentation and intermittent drying. And a few of you will also get to try opening the cacao pods. And then we're gonna have a tablea making where you're gonna try making tablea the more traditional way. Yung talagang titiktikin nyo po na mano-mano. And finally, we're gonna have cacao tasting where you get to try cacao in all its different forms, not just chocolate. So I hope you guys are excited. There, so we're gonna take a 5-minute break and we'll set up and we'll just call everyone once lunch is ready. Just to let you know, see, red and blue po, dito po kakain. Yung green po, dun po tayo sa baba mamaya. You'll follow Marian. You can follow Marian now. She'll bring you to where you guys will have lunch. Ayun lang po. So we'll regroup in 5 minutes.
Okay, all of my Team Red, where are you? Yeah? If you can just follow me outside. Thank you.